Hello and welcome to episode 196. Right, back down Aspen Lake. I'm going to be quick because I've only got about an hour of daylight left. It's late Friday afternoon, come down after work, and I've still got everything to do. I've literally only just got here. What I've done so far is I've put my marker rod out just to remember the ranges I had to fish from this swim. I'm in the very end swim at the back of the lake, the one I've done 3 blogs in already. I was hoping to fish the new section of the lake at the front, but when I got here, there was people already over there. How bloody unthoughtful of them. So unfortunately the new part of the lake will have to, well I say new part, the remodelled part of the lake and how it is now. I was hoping to fish, but there's people over there, so come round to the back part of the lake and there's no one on this side, so I've come down to this favourite end swim. What have I done so far? Literally just put the marker rod out, had a feel for the marks that I've fished before in this swim, which is just over 12 wraps to the reeds there behind me, and then there's a spit of land to my right. You would have seen it before if you've watched my blogs before, and that's just about a couple of foot past 15 wraps. Middle rod, I haven't decided on the range yet. If you can see down here, there's only 2 rods on the buzz bars at the moment, and that's because my middle Delkim was dead. I must have left it on when I packed it away last, and it's completely dead. So before I can use that rod, I'm going to have to take the battery out of my receiver and swap the batteries over so I can fish with 3 rods. So I might have to pop to the shops tomorrow, go and get a spare battery. All a bit of a palaver. Right, spod rod also I've already got clipped up to 12 wraps and 15 wraps, so I'm just going to quickly whack a bit of bait out somewhere at the moment so I can see where I'm spodding. And then, because all the bivvy and all that I can put up in darkness, that doesn't matter. Right, anyway, I said I was going to be quick. I've waffled on. Let's crack on and get some bait out. If you watched my last blog, you'd have seen me having a bit of a nightmare when I was spodding, which I think was just due to worn braid. So what I'd done at the end of last session is I cut a good couple of rod lengths of braid off to get back down to good braid. I know where I'm clipped up to this time, so I shouldn't have a problem of whacking it too hard and knots going, etc. Right, anyway, let's get some bait out. Right guys, just getting me rigs ready. On 2 of my rods I'm going to fish the ever faithful Snowman rig. So you can see it's already got the PVA stick on it ready to go. And on the left hand rod I'm going to fish down that left hand margin. I'm going to go to the Ronnie rig. There we go. Why are you going to fish 1 rod on the Ronnie rig, you may ask, and I should tell you. Because I'm going to fish that rod as tight as I can to the marginal reeds, it may take me a few casts to get the cast right of the exact spot I want to be on. If you remember from previous videos, there's a nice little hard spot down there, so it may take 2, 3, 4 casts to get the cast right. What I don't want to do is keep wasting PVA sticks if I don't get the cast right. So if I stick to a Ronnie rig on that left hand rod, if I don't get the cast right first, second, third time, then it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be wasting PVA sticks, and that's the reason. Right, rigs are ready to go, bait's done, just got to get the rods clipped up and we'll be fishing. Sun looks like it's just about to dip down behind a tree, so I'm probably timing this just right. As you can see, everything else is like a bomb's gone off at the moment, but like I said, all that lot I can sort out when it gets dark. That doesn't matter, as long as I'm fishing, where I can see where I want the rods in the daylight. That's the main thing. So right, let's crack on and get the rods wrapped up and get fishing. Right guys, first rod ready to go. As you can probably tell, I'm in the shadows already, so the light is starting to go. Right, left hand rod, left margin, Ronnie rig. And as it goes, I could have used a rig with the old PVA stick on it, because that dropped perfect first time. Should have just trusted my judgment and just gone for the snowman rig, eh? Right guys, right hand rod, that's it, one of the snowman rigs. Oh. So 15 wraps. That landed spot on first time as well. Right, the middle rod will get done later on, because it's only going to be a chuck straight down the middle of this pool. I don't need so much accuracy, because it's just going to be kind of straight down the middle, and it'd be much easier to do that one in dark, which is why I've done the 2 outside rods first. Right then guys, as you can see, the shelter is up, everything's inside, organised, tidy, so I can now relax a little bit. The only thing I've got left to do is still put the third rod out yet, but I'll get that done in a little while. I've still got to swap the battery out of my receiver into that middle alarm yet. But yeah, I've just about done everything in with enough light to see what I'm doing. It is actually getting quite dark now. Probably looks bright out there. That's just due to a setting on my camera which has a low light setting, which makes things look a bit brighter in when it is low light than what it actually is. So honk honk to you too. So yeah, so we are set. Like I said, just got the third rod to get out now, and we are fit. Well, we are fishing now actually. So right, let's get that third rod sorted out, and then I can sit back and chill for the rest of the evening now. Alright guys, just had my first fish, but nothing I'm going to show you. Only a tench. Left hand rod on the Ronnie rig up against that margin, so it's quite misty out anyway, so even if I did get the camera out, I think all you'd see is mist anyway, because yeah, it's a real damp night tonight. So yeah, so first fish, not obviously not the intended quarry, but didn't weigh it, but I'd say from my experience it looked about £5, so put up a sort of a half decent fight. But yeah, rod is back out now, because it's up against that left hand margin. Basically I had to put my head torch on full beam, set it on a bucket next to the rods, kind of aiming at the reeds and tree line, so I could actually see where I was aiming with a kind of a stable light source rather than it bouncing around on top of my head. So yeah, so it's back out there. Looked like it kind of landed kind of there or thereabouts. So the blank's out the way. If you count a tench, still blanking. If you don't count them. Oh, good morning guys, and nothing apart from that tench to show for my efforts last night. Not long woke up. Right, it was me bladder this morning that woke me up rather than a fish. But yeah, I know there's definitely fish in my swim, because quite a few times last night I heard fish boshing down all that margin last night, and one was so loud I actually got up my bivvy to investigate because it sounded close in. And then when I was kind of stood behind my rods here, the ripples was right next to these dead reeds just here, so yeah, so there's definitely fish in the area, so that's a good sign. And then when I got up this morning to go for a wee and that, and then having a look at me swim, I see a couple of fish bosh out right at the back of the swim. So yeah, they're safe back there, I can't cast that far. So perhaps one day I'll have to bring me bait boat again and maybe put some rigs right at the back of the swim. And guys, it's midday now. Apart from that tench, it's been all quiet. So there's been a few fish showing in my area, mainly right at the back of the swim, where they're out of reach by my casting abilities. But it is midday, so it's sort of traditionally that kind of time of day where I'll put some bait out. So you saw me put a bit of bait out yesterday kind of while I was rushing, and just made up a real quick bait mix, if you want to call it a spod mix. So there we go, which is just a oh, can you see that? It's like me spilling it everywhere. It's just a mix of pellet and boilie. If you watch my session where I was here last week with Matty, I knocked up a spod mix of ellipse pellets, the smaller mediums, and corn, and sort of 2/3 of that bait mix is the ellipse I'd left over. So just put them all in one bag, so about 2 kilos there. They're mixed in a kilo of boilies, which is the old beaten Anna. And then in a pot I had a few, well, in this pot I had a few bigger pellets left over from a previous session, so I think Tobber Manor So there's a few kind of 14mm pellets mixed in, but they're literally just a sprinkling. So it's kind of mostly sort of 2/3 the ellipse and then a kilo of the 12mm beta nana. Right, like I said, it is midday, so it is time to put some more bait out. Even though I haven't had anything, I know there's fish in the area. There's a good chance that some of the bait I've put out has been scoffed, even though I haven't picked up any fish. Like I said, with the majority of the mix being pellet anyway, the ellipse, especially the little 4mm, they would have turned to nothing but mush, and probably a good chance that even the 8mm, the ellipse, probably mush now, because it's been up there now for about 20 hours, so there's every chance there's nothing left out there now apart from just you know, the boilie. Right, anyway, I'm going to put some out, probably do 5 spods per rod again, just to top up the spots. Nothing major, I'm not going to spod the granny out of it. Right, anyway, let's get some of that out there and yeah, try and get the fish mooching around on the spots. Right guys, so the time now is just after 3 o'clock, about 3:15 I think it is now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wind the rods in. I will then get them re-clipped up, all ready to go, get the rigs rebaited up, ready to go, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop to the local shops, only so I can get myself a new battery for my receiver, and then come 5 o'clock when the chippy opens, I'm going to go to the South Thurney fish and chip shop and go and get me normal fish and chips like I do on a Saturday night. So basically when I get back, that'll probably be about 5:15. The rods will already be re-clipped up, rigs rebaited, ready to go straight back out onto me marks. So that means from now to when the rods go back out, that means there'll be about a 2-hour time span which I think is always good to give your swim a bit of a rest. So yeah, I'm going to do that now, and then I'll see you later on, probably when the rods go back out. Well, I can't fish here on a weekend and not have me a traditional chippy. Even treated myself to a bap so I could have a chip butty. Dilly dilly. Right guys, it's 6 o'clock now. I think it's time to get the rods back out now. And literally seconds before I just turned the camera on, a big fish just rolled out straight in the middle, about just here. If I'd have been a few seconds more, I would have caught it, but yeah, straight in the middle, pretty much where my middle rod was. But alright, this is the right hand rod that's going to go out first. But I've shown you kind of like the bait and everything, but I thought I'd show you the rig in its entirety before it goes out. So obviously snowman rig with a PVA stick, soft coated braid, seen that bit before, anti-tangle boom, lead clip system, one of Matty's Carp Mad leads, 18 inches of tungsten rig tubing, and a flying back lead above all that. Right, anyway, let's get these rods back out and get fishing. And while I was showing you that, I've managed to tangle the line round my tip eye, so let's untangle that first, then get the rods out. Sorted. Right, middle rod, straight down the middle. Not really aiming at anything on this rod, to be fair, like using a sight marker on the horizon, just pretty much just aiming straight down the middle of the pool, to be fair. Right, third and final rod, the rod that I'm fishing on the Ronnie rig. As I said yesterday, fishing it on the Ronnie because if I don't get the cast right first time, it's a nice simple rig to rechuck without having to waste all my PVA sticks that I've got made up. But I should trust my judgment really. Yesterday's cast to the reeds went right first time. And so did that one. Right, there we go guys, that's all the rods set, and I now have the use of my receiver, seeing I got a battery while I was out getting me chips. Alright, as I always do when I first cast out, I'll leave the lines sort of quite slack for at least half an hour just to let the lines sink, and if there's any slack still in the lines after half hour, then I'll just wind the spools up until the bobbin comes up just a little bit, just to take the slack out of the lines. And that's it, we're fishing again. Unless any fish action comes along, the rods won't get touched again now until, well, pack up tomorrow. Alright, fingers crossed. Session number 8 here. Hopefully will yield me a fish this time. Come on. Hi guys, just had a bit of a shout out request. So this is for Graham Kirkbride. Asked me if I can give him a shout out. He's currently sat on the banks of Kingfisher Lake at the Bluebell Lakes complex. So tight lines, Graham. Hope you catch something. And an extra shout out to Graham's mate Pete Hutton, who made his bait for him. Good on you, Pete. Alright guys, looks like I'm going to have to batten down the hatches tonight. Just thought I'd have a check of my weather app, because I can hear a few spots of rain hitting the bivvy now. And as you can see that, heavy rain. It says starting from 10 o'clock, going right through to 3 o'clock in the morning. But it's only 8:30 now and the rain is starting now, so so yeah, I reckon I'll get wet tonight if I get a fish tonight. Well guys, unfortunately another fruitless night. It pretty much rained most of the night. It didn't stop raining until early hours of this morning, but it looks a nice day. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning now. As you can see, it's got some nice blue skies. The sun hasn't quite broken over the tree line behind us yet, but as you can see, I've got my landing net there and another landing net there, propped up now, trying to dry out. Everything there. Looks like I've had a fish, trying to dry it all out, but no, it's just where I've stood it all out, trying to get everything dry. So I reckon once the sun comes up over that tree line behind us, should dry everything out nicely. But it looks like I'm waving the victory flag at the moment, but unfortunately not. In fact, looking at me bobbins, they haven't moved a single bit. So I haven't had no liners, touches, absolutely nothing last night. And do you know what? With the sort of carpy weather we had last night, I was feeling really confident for a bite last night as well. After seeing fish yesterday. Oh, I don't know if you saw that, but one just bushed out right at the back of the swim towards that JCB. I'll have to look back at the footage and see if I actually caught that. or if you could see it right at the back of the swim. But, so yeah, so that's basically what I was just about to say. After seeing fish right at the back of the swim and hearing them the night before crashing all down that reed line, I was really confident of a bite last night. But oh, I don't know if you can see that. There's a little swirl out in the middle of the... There are still fish moving out there. There's still fish there. I can see them swirling. So, like I said, it's still 7 o'clock. Bite time hasn't passed yet. Probably still a chance of a bite for a few hours yet, but no, it was just during the night. I just felt really confident of a bite during the night. But hey ho. Right, anyway, I'm going to have some breakfast. Like I said yesterday, I'm not going to touch the rods. Oh, kingfisher just went flying into the reeds there. Right. Anyway, I'm going to have some breakfast. And hopefully might get a bite this morning. But if it comes to like 10 or 11 o'clock and nothing's happened, then that's pretty much bite time come and gone, I reckon. Right, anyway, let's get me belly sorted out and then I can function properly. Right guys, I'm coming to the end of my session now. I've pretty much packed all my other kit away. The only thing I've got left out is the rods here. But yeah, apart from that tench, it's looking like another blank. If you count a tench as a catch, up to you. But yeah, and after chatting to the few other people that have been on the lake this weekend, that tench, believe it or not, that I had on Friday night is the only fish to come out the lake this whole weekend. So yeah, so it's been tough all round really. So like I say, I was hoping to fish the new bit when I got here Friday. Well, I say new bit, the bit that's been remodelled already, but because there were people there, unfortunately I've ended up, well, I say unfortunately, in one of the best swims of the lake. but I did want to be round the new bit. But yeah, once the rods come in, if nothing happens in the next few minutes, then yeah, unfortunately another blank, apart from the tench. So yeah, this lake really is starting to be a headbanger at the moment. I'm starting to run out of ideas what to do now, to be honest with you. I'm going to be back here in 2 weeks time, so I'm thinking maybe tiger nuts as hook baits. That's probably one of the few things I haven't tried yet. Tiger nuts over a better particle maybe. So I might try that next time. Next week I'm I'm fishing with Craig again, and we're at that 4-pond fishery down in Devon, somewhere I've never been before, so I'm looking forward to that one. Right guys, anyway, from the banks of Aspen Lake, till next week, tight lines.